Hey, what's going on guys, Zqoh here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make the effect that you've just seen on screen. It's actually a very simple effect. It's much easier than you probably think, and I'm going to be showing you how to do it in today's video. So if you just go ahead and open up the description, you're going to see a couple download links, or maybe just one. I don't know how I'll do it yet, but you need to download all of it, and what it contains is basically an audio file for the lightning thing. And it is also a preset for the lightning thing, which I decided to include in today's video because I just felt like it would be way easier. So you're just gonna start off with your basic clip. I'm just gonna go and trim it a bit, so just do that. And what you're gonna want to do is just go to 30 frames before the kill. So when the character goes blue, which is right there, which is 0237 for me, I'm then gonna want to go to 0207, or roughly when the character pulls out its shotgun, which should be roughly 30 frames away from the kill if you're lucky. Other than that, just do it 30 frames and it might look a bit worse, but it is what it is. So yeah, now that we've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my velocity. Now obviously I'm using 120 FPS clips, and if you're not doing this, you can obviously use Twixtor. Just copy the same presets or the same keyframes that I'm copying. So you go like 5 frames in, so 1 2 3 4 5. Double click, set it to 50%, and we go 7 frames back, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Click here, and then we go on the marker, and we make a preset, and we drag it up until the character goes blue, which is right there. Go 1 forward, and we set this to 50 once again. Now once you've done that, you can go and just pre-render it, make sure it looks good, and obviously that looks completely fine. So yeah, now we can go ahead and actually start adding the effects. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is add the character glow. So you just want to make a new video track. You can just go ahead and hold Control, drag it up, and split it on the kill. And you go to the very first frame, open cropping, go to mask, and you're just gonna want to go 5 frames in. So 1 2 3 4 5. Make a keyframe and delete this first one. Go to your elliptical tool and just set an elliptical around where the character is roughly. So 1 right there, and just make sure it's roughly accurate. It doesn't have to be completely spot on, however it will look better if it's not completely and utterly fucked up. So just go ahead and make the elliptical, and you're gonna want to do this for roughly every frame unless there's a minor difference. But yeah, just go ahead and do that. It's not really worth motion tracking this because it just doesn't take that long, and you can probably get a better result just not motion tracking whatsoever. So yeah, at this point you could just sort of leave it there. We can make a keyframe there and then just adjust it slightly. Just keep dragging it on every frame, and then just make it bigger or smaller depending on where the character moves. Now if the character moves, or if the screen moves drastically like this, just make sure you drag it on like that. And on this last frame, you can just you can ignore to make the mask, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And just like that. Now we have fucked up a bit here. We forgot to change the feather type, so I'm gonna change both of them to 15. Now if you do this on the first frame, you won't actually have to do any of this that I'm doing right now. Because it'll just automatically transfer over. However, I just completely forgot to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. So kids, always remember to put it first. I'm probably gonna add some text there or something. I guess you guys know by this point, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fix all of these. I really can't be asked doing a jump cut here because I have to actually go back into the editing software, and if you know me, I'm a lazy fuck, so that's just not happening. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy over these last values right here, and we should be good to go shortly after that. There we go. Okay, now to actually get the glow that you're looking for, you just go to video effects and you get Zqoh, and you drag default on. You go to color and you just set it to like a shade of pink or something, and you can also increase the threshold if you want, just to make it sort of closer to the body. You can just sort of do it like that, and obviously we're gonna want to just fade that in by a tiny amount, and as you can see, if it actually starts working, I don't know if it will ever work, but yeah, we've got we've got this sort of like glow around it, which is quite cool. So now we're actually gonna add the zap. So you go into your video effects and you search for zap right there. Now I have my preset here already. We're gonna drag this onto the main track right here. And obviously for you this won't be tracked. It isn't for me either. But all of these will be here already. And you know, you won't really have to change any of these settings unless you want to change the color, which is right here, glow color. I personally wouldn't change the color of the zap because it just sort of makes it blend in with everything else. So yeah, I just leave that at white, and you can change that if you want to make it like green or blue or something. But what you're gonna want to focus on is actually the end point and maybe the start point. So the start point is something you need to change once. And it should come from like the sky, you know. Obviously if you're in a box, you should just make it in the corner or something like that. Just change this, you know, depend to, you know, where you think it might look good. So like from the corner, whatever. I'm gonna do it from the top left. And you're gonna actually want to keyframe the end right here. So just keyframe that, and you need to drag this on to where the character is on this little interface right here. So obviously that sort of matches up pretty perfectly right there. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a bit smaller, but yeah, it does sort of match up pretty nice here. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag that on once again, and we can just go and keep motion tracking this. You can choose which point on the body you want to have the lightning go into. That is completely, you know, up to your preference. However, I prefer to do it somewhere in the middle, as that is, you know, generally where the body is visible and where the zaps can be seen. So just keep motion framing it, or keyframing it rather, and the times where it actually ends, you're gonna want to go to the very bottom. Make sure that you've got a keyframe set on the last one. Go one frame forward and drag the end all the way up to where you started it. Now once you've done that, it'll actually retreat sort of back into its thing. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite cool. You know, it just sort of disappears here at the end, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of impact here to the bottom one. I'm just gonna do like a normal RGB, just like that. And if we can go ahead and pre-render this, it didn't work. Okay, lovely. Normal RGB, and there we go. It looks quite fresh. Now there are a couple things you can do. Obviously you can go up here and you can search for black and white. Just drag this onto the bottom track, drag the default on, and you can just keyframe it, you know, however you want really. But make sure, and this is very important, make sure that you drag the black and white before the zap. A lot of people don't know this, but black and white is actually, it works on plugin layers. So if you have something, or if you have a plugin that has color on the right side of the black and white plugin, it actually, the plugin will completely ignore the plugin that's on the right side, because technically it's layered above it. So if you just do that, it'll make everything black and white except these little lightning bolts right here. Now obviously you can do a couple more things. You can add some black bars right here. What I usually like to do is just add a solid black color, because PNGs don't usually work for me. I'll just do that, drag it over, and obviously I prefer not to have that little notch in the middle. And just go to cropping, you enable masking, you just make a completely random rectangle that is bigger than the actual thing. You hold control and you just drag it up right there, and just drag it to the very bottom. Make sure none of them are visible, and you just go to where the fade-in ends, and you drag the plugin, or you drag the black bars one of these notches in, and make sure you do it like very accurately so that they like converge at the same time. And 1 2 3 4 3 frames before we're gonna do that, and at the very last frame we're gonna drag them back just like that. And if we go ahead and pre-render this, it will actually do that. Now obviously I don't have any music in the background because, you know, there's not a lot of good non-copyrighted music. that I can use. However, I did include a couple lightning sound effects in the description. I'm not gonna add them now. You can just choose, whichever one you want. It's not really that hard adding a fucking sound effect, right? So I'm hoping you can manage that all by yourself, okay? You're big boys or girl. I think there's about 2 girls who watch my videos. So yeah, if you're one of them, fucking love you, mate. But yeah, there we go. We've got the thing, right? Amazing. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Christmas calendar tutorial thing with Dignal. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing these. I probably will, actually. I'm gonna be uploading a tutorial every day from the December 1st to December 25th. So if you guys are hyped for that, make sure to leave a comment about it, leave a like, all that good shit. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.